don't get me wrong, my girlfriend is a painting and I love her to death. However, during lockdown, she's putting on a bit of timber. I'll put it bluntly, how do I tell her to start working out to lose those pounds?
Oh my God. You know, it's funny picturing this guy writing this email as he's just like 90 kilograms, just kind of just overweight himself, but it's the girl that needs to lose weight.
A bit of fucking timber.
Yeah.
Comedians recently, and they were sort of wanting to get on the same wavelength before a live show, and they were playing the word association game, and I think it might be quite good for us to do that, to sort of sync up, you know, so we're on the same point. So we're going to pick a word, and then we're going to try and say a word related to that word at the same time, up until the point in which we're saying the same word, and we're synced.
Let's go with beach. Ready?
Beach, okay. Yeah. 3, 2,
1.
Oh.
Sand.
Okay. Clearly we're, you know, not quite synced up there already, even on saying the word at the same time. So, okay, let's keep going.
All right, you count down, okay?
Yeah. Maybe we just do a mental kind of 3, 2, 1. Okay. We'll tilt our head back and then say the word, just so I don't have to count every time because I'm really quite bothered. Okay.
I mean, this isn't going to work, but sure.
So you said, what was it? Beach, right? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Ball.
Sand.
Umbrella.
Sea.
Okay. Salt.
Stones.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Crab.
Sand.
It's so delayed over Discord. Well, let's say microphone. 3, 2, 1. Audio.
Voice.
Singing.
Sound.
Oh, close. Waves.
Couldn't.
Let's do candle. 3, 2, 1. Wax.
Smell.
Okay. Nose. Okay. Wow. 3, 2, 1. Wick.
Wick. Did you say wick?
Yeah, I did. It's almost like you waited though
Nice.
to see what I would say.
No, I didn't. I was going to say wick.
Got there,
Let's do
baby.
it. Right.
Good job. Welcome back, everyone, to What a Bother. Of course, it's the show featuring me, Tam, and you.
Spudnik.
Yeah, that's the
You guys
one.
should know by now. I shouldn't have to say this anymore.
Yeah, I mean, we're just trying to, like, you know, just in case someone hasn't watched before, we're trying to, you know, keep it fresh
Yeah,
and
man.
new. And no, okay, all
If
right.
they haven't watched since the start, I don't want them. Go away.
Unfollow. Get your views out of
Yeah.
here.
F
This
off.
is, of course, the show where we talk about what bothers us. It's what a bother, but more importantly, what bothers you guys at home. So keep your
Jeez.
write-ins coming in, Instagram DM. We've got an email coming up on the screen as well. And we will discuss / give advice / laugh at you, really, and laugh at ourselves, more importantly. So we've had a few people write in this week. Do you want to discuss
Jeez.
anything, or do you have anything that you want to bring up?
Let's do some questionos first, yeah?
Okay.
Let's start it off like that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Shall I pop this one that I got in the old inbox last night?
Yeah, well, actually, I was going to say, we did
Okay.
have a follow-up sort of thing.
Cool.
From about TFL discussion last week.
Oh, okay. Let's
about-
hear it. So last
London-
week, if you didn't tune in, we were discussing very riveting convo about TFL and the fact they're putting their prices up and what the TFL does wrong and what the TFL does right.
So this guy says the TFL bother really triggered him. He says, because more than the people who run TFL, it's the conductors who hold London for ransom every time that they want a pay rise. And this is a bother. This has been a bother of his ever since he was a kid. He even thought about infiltrating this union, but it's apparently really hard to become a train conductor / driver because they're so overpaid for what they do. They get something like 60k each, which is probs where all that money is going.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
Do you think 60k is too much for what they do?
To be fair, I don't know enough about the role to make that judgment. Like, obviously I
Okay.
understand the concept of what they do, but I don't know what their everyday looks like for them, so I can't really say that. But I do think that he sort of touched on the topic of, you know, unionization, which can
Mm.
be a great thing for people, you know, for sort of workers' rights, but at the same time I think it's just very abusable. I just think that the amount of shit that other people have to put up in jobs that are paid far
Put up
less.
in jobs so far. I'm sorry. But have to put up with jobs. I'm sorry. I'm
Yes.
sorry. Yeah.
Like, I don't know, you just gotta have a little, there seems to be no kind of understanding or empathy towards, you know, those that actually have it much tougher. And I'm not saying like, oh, you should always be, you know, thinking about what other people are doing, but you should also be grateful, you know, that you they do get paid pretty well. I know they're always asking for more. They do get paid pretty well. And I just think, I sometimes, you know, when I'm working early, going on the trains, and you see, you know, some of the guys, sometimes, you know, when you had jobs that are a lot earlier than your usual, but you don't have to do that every day. And there's always the sort of construction workers, or there's always like the people getting on the train, you know, the guys getting on the trains like 5 a.m., you know, and that you probably not coming back until much later as well. And I just think there's much harder jobs out there than what you get paid for. I'm talking about, like, you know, anyway.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I won't. You could be a dick and be like, "Oh, you get 60K for fucking pressing a button and just sat down."
I'm sure
in
there's a lot
on
more
train
to
all
it than
day,
that.
right?
Yeah,
Of course there is. Of course there is. They're in the dark all day. They're
that's
like
true.
moles.
Yeah,
They're
they
just
are
moling
mole
around
people.
inside, just and don't see that. A lot of them won't see daylight for like. Yeah, probably a lot of them won't see daylight because they'll start the job early enough before the sun rises, and then little moles,
I was
mole
born down
drivers.
here.
That's what they are.
I raised my family down here.
Oh yeah, some of them
But
have to
that is
live.
super annoying. Basically, unions, bin them, keep them. That's the question of the day. We've also got a write-in
Not sure.
from, I don't know if you want to give this person a name. It's quite a sensitive topic.
Who's a sensitive guy?
Um,
Who's a really sensitive guy that's like not well known for being sensitive? Is there anyone?
I can't think of
There
anyone on
must
the
be.
spot.
Sensitive boy. It doesn't matter. Let's call this guy. Let's call this guy Greg. Just came to my head.
All right, Greg. I'm gonna do. I've read a little bit of this one, and there's a bit of I don't know how you describe it. Roadman slang, I guess. So I don't know if I'm gonna do my best impression, but basically
Okay.
the title of this one is called "My Girl's Large Ass."
Okay.
He goes, "Yes, you
Right.
heard that right, but it was only to grab your attention. Don't get me wrong, my girlfriend is a painting and I love her to death. However, during lockdown, she's putting on a bit of timber. I'll put it bluntly, how do I tell her to start working out to lose those pounds? It's not like I'm less attracted
Oh
to
my
her,
God.
but I think for her sake, it's important to stay in shape, especially for mental health. Can I say something? Thanks, boys." I
Jesus
would like to say that I'm
Christ.
just reading that out, and I don't necessarily agree with the
Yeah.
language put towards our
Yeah.
opposite sex, but I think there's underneath the kind of misogyny in there. There's some elements of relatable truths and much needed advice given.
Okay, so he's asking, can he tell his girlfriend to start
So yeah,
to lose
essentially,
weight?
his girlfriend's putting on a bit of weight during lockdown, and he
Yeah.
kind of he's not digging it. He's not feeling the vibes
All
that
right.
she's putting
I'm
out.
gonna straight off the dome.
I know the answer to
Straight
this
off
one
the bat. Straight
already,
off the
but
bat.
let's hear it.
You can't.
Mhm.
You can't. You just can't. You can't say, "Hey,
No, you
you gotta
can't.
lose weight." That
can't.
is a no-no.
That
that goes.
your immediate sort of like possibility is worst case scenario already. You've shot up, you know, you've gone
Yeah.
straight to the moon.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
in orbit.
You can't say, "Hey, you need to start working out because you're getting fat." Like, no chance. And you can't even say, "Hey, I think you should start working out."
No,
I think
you can't.
the way that the thing is, I would say that girls shouldn't be able to do that. I don't think girls can do that with guys, but I feel like it's for some reason more acceptable for girls to do that with guys. But I think if a boyfriend said to a girlfriend, "Hey, I think you need to lose weight," like that is just that is going to cause the biggest argument that they will have ever experienced.
Because everyone
100%.
experiences some kind of like body dysmorphia, and that people are so insecure when it comes to that stuff. And by you saying that, you're just confirming every single insecurity that she's tried so hard to not sort of acknowledge, basically. So I mean the first thing I think is worth talking about is like, is this a problem? Do you think this is a problem? Do you think this is worth bringing up?
I think it depends. Like, only if it's okay. He said she's a peng ting, right? And
she is a certified peng ting.
Peng ting, mei ji. I think maybe if you, it's really difficult because if she's happy, if she's comfortable, then great. But at the same time, you do have to make like like we've had in the past a question about like attraction. You do have to try and remain like keep the attraction levels high. Yeah, you have to make an effort basically. I think the best way to go about this is to just be like, hey, I think we should start working out together. Like, it would be really fun, right? So just literally be like, hey, do you fancy getting into like a rhythm, like a schedule? Why don't we go for morning runs like 2 times a week?
Yeah.
And get a good meal and basically blame it on yourself.
Yes.
Maybe just be like, I want to get into I want to eat healthier. I want to feel better about myself, because like he said at the end with the mental health, that's 100% all it's for. Like that should be what you're doing this for. When you look good, you feel good.
Sometimes you work out not for your body but for your mind.
Oh, that's it, baby. It's all for the mind. If you don't look good, you don't feel good.
I was going to say the same thing as you, by the way. I just for the record. I just genuinely I just don't want people to think that like you like totally just had that idea exclusively. Like I had the same. I was going to say the same thing basically.
We'll do you want to re-record it? I won't say it. You say it first.
Yeah, if that's okay. If that's all right.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Man.
So we'll just do a quick. We'll do another take. Maybe we'll just pick the best one. Maybe I'll say it like slightly better than you. And then we'll pick that one.
Super insecure. But
no, I totally agree. I think it's death sentence to put it on her. I think you're gonna have to take some of the burden on that.
Death sentence.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to take some of the burden on that one, and like, I guess you're gonna have to start working out, man. Like that's you've backed yourself into a corner now, because that is the only solution, is to say like, hey, like because. Especially if you're quite close in a relationship, especially if you live together, like couples, they do kind of start doing not always. I don't think it's, I don't think you should always absorb the hobbies of your partner. But I do think that a lot of times you pick up sort of routines and habits from the person that you're closest to. And I think basically I wouldn't even say like, oh, hey, we need to start working out. I would say like, oh, hey, I'm going to start working out. I don't just talk about it, like do it. Because I want to, I'm worried about my mental health and I want to keep doing it. And I think honestly, by the time you go out on like your second or third run, if you sort of say, oh, do you want to come with me this time? Just like company, she's going to probably start joining in once she sees you banging it out and smashing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's funny picturing this guy writing this email as he's just like 90 kilograms, just kind of, just overweight himself, but it's the girl that needs to lose weight.
A bit of fucking timber.
Yeah.
So overweight.
Yeah. But at the same time, I kind of see it as like he wants her to look good, obviously for his own selfish needs. But
yeah, I think that's fine as well. I think we should normalize that.
Yeah.
I think we should normalize that. That's fine. If you want, I don't think, you shouldn't dump someone or anything because of that reason. But I think you're definitely allowed to hold your partner to a standard, especially if that standard existed previously. But obviously, lockdown's been very difficult on some people, and that can have effect on your mental health. And that, I think, to be honest, everyone's put a fucking, unless you're, working out every day like fucking Nick Mount because he's a psychopath. Like everyone's putting on a bit of lockdown.
100%.
Lockdown timber.
There's nothing to do.
Yeah,
apart
everyone's
from
at home.
Eat. Everyone's at home.
Be surprised how much it's even like walking out to work or walking to the station and stuff is all exercise that people aren't doing at the moment.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I think that's normal, but I think it's also normal for you to want, a little bit more effort. That's fine as well.
100%. You got to put the effort in,
But
baby.
basically, what we're saying is like, don't just sit there and demand the effort. Start it yourself. You start getting in shape, and she'll probably follow suit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, keep that attraction high. Don't get too comfortable. I think you got. But most importantly, it's for yourself. It's for that mental health.
For the mental health.
It really is. Honestly, dude, going for a run. If I haven't gone for a run, my day in the morning, I kind of feel like shit.
Yeah.
Like the endorphins that you get. You get me? It's like. It does make you feel so much more positive. It really, really does. On a serious, like as soon as I get back from a run, I'm like, oh cool, I'm gonna do this, and this. I've got this. It helps.
Yeah,
it does help.
Yeah, you said I mean, you were on COD for like 12 hours yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, you preach a big game about being motivated and stuff, and you're just
motivated to play COD.
Yeah, I see.
Listen,
that. I was 0.1 KDA, so even that you're not very good at.
Getting better. It was 0.0. And get this, right? See, that's what I'm talking about. Endorphins, positive mentality.
Yeah.
The awesome thing was, I went to bed at 5, got up at 7 this morning, had a Monster Energy and a Red Bull. Right, I felt like as soon as I woke up, feel so good.
Really
I do have kidney stones. But
sounds really unhealthy and painful. You should probably stop consuming so much sugar. But yeah, thank you, Greg, for writing that in.
Yeah. Don't be too harsh on her. Love on that chick. You get me?
Did you have a little story that you wanted to share with us today?
Yeah. So it's a bother. This is a bother. I think everyone will relate to this. So I'm out on a walk, right? I'm with my mum, right? And nice morning walk. And in the distance, I can see someone that we kind of know, right? And I'm like, fuck's sake. There's no getting around this, right? Okay. Yeah, I like being sociable, but I know what's going to happen. And that's us lingering around for far too long because we're too polite to just walk away, right? So these people come, they're getting closer, and I'm just thinking, right, how are we going to like skirt around this? Because yes, I'll say hello, of course, but can we make this like a hello and just keep walking kind of thing? Or is it going to have to be, because I'm with my mum, as it's something about parents. I know when I'm with mum, she's just way too polite to the point where she can't stop, but she can't walk on. She has to stop and say hello. So they're approaching. I'm thinking, right, I almost said to mum, please, can we just like make this a quick one, because we've got to get things moving. And inevitably we stop and talk, and then honestly 10 minutes go by, and Henry, my dog, is just staring at us, and I'm just thinking,
and then you've got the fucking 1,000-yard stare off into the distance whilst they're talking as well. You're just waiting.
Yeah, exactly. I've always felt like when I'm with my mum in those situations, I always feel like a fucking 6-year-old kid, because I'm just there like staring, like I don't have to make conversation here because I'm the child. But no, I'm an adult.
You're an adult now.
Like,
you're expected to make that conversation, which
exactly.
is worse in some cases.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes I wish I was a 6-year-old where I can just stand there and be silent.
But I do feel like that sometimes. If my parents have got it covered, I'm cool. I'm chilling. I'll just smile and laugh when I know to. Like, oh yeah. Anyway, and then we're there for 10 minutes just talking about kind of nonsense, like just being polite. Both parties, not just us, they are as well. And I know both parties want to just move. And I was just thinking, why can't we just have that sort of like common ground where it's like we're not being rude, but I'm like, all right, better move on. Literally after 30 seconds, like, all right, on a walk, got to get home quick, got to get home soon, got to get on with stuff. Why can't both parties just know? Like, because we both want to get going. So why are we pretending here?
I will do that sometimes. Like how socially inept I am. Like I will literally just be like, cool, that was after 30 seconds. I'll be like, anyway, I need to go now. So see you later.
But that's fine. And you can but that's fine. Literally, that is fine. You can do it. That's a polite way of doing it. Hello, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm all right. Yes. Oh, weather's lovely today, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, Yeah, I'll see you soon. I mean, yeah, super blunt, but who are we kidding?
I
Both
know.
of us want to go.
It's like
you
in
know?
that moment when it is really like a conversational dance, and you almost need to be the lead partner, the lead dance partner. And it's, when you're working towards each other, there's a commitment that's made at some point, whether it's going to be, as you said, like a, excuse me, tip of the hat, hello, or we're engaging.
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
engaging in like a conversation. And I think sometimes you can strong arm it a little bit, and then just keep fucking walking and just be like, give a polite hello, but like kind of don't divert from the path. But then it is a bit awkward when they sort of stop. As soon as they stop, it's like, okay, yeah, we're engaged.
Yeah, here we
now.
are.
Here we are.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to normalize, as you said, like just, hey, this was great. This is too long for me.
A bit, when you're running, it's so easy because you kind of have the excuse of, I want to keep this momentum going, and like,
Nick,
like, so
Nick,
I'll see
stop, Nick. Hey man,
Nick,
Nick.
I literally,
Can you stop
I'm
running. I'm trying to talk to you.
In a bit, man. You're good to see, man. That simple. Like I run past people and I go, I just go, hey man, you all good? Sweet man, cool, done. That's all it needs. That's all it needs. But with walking, it's obviously so much more difficult.
I think if you set a precedent
mean?
of like your personality is like that, I think then people become a bit more accustomed to it as well. Oh no, like he is just like that. Like he will just he'll just fucking ignore you, And
then
that's
you get
cool.
that rap.
That's fine.
You think that's cool?
Yeah, I aspire to be like that.
Yeah. True that, man. True that.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys, for another week, and we will see you next time. And of course, emails up on the screen, but feel free to comment and please drop a subscribe as well. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, and a like, and all appreciated. So thanks for watching, guys. I think Nick feels the same way.
I was going to say, dude, what shampoo or conditioner do you use?
It's like a pink bottle thing. It's a very girly one.
Do you even know?
Yeah.
Do you even know what it is? You just think, oh, this will do.
No, I do know.
Oh, I've got long hair. I need to.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
No, it just looks like looks well taken care of.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate
No
that.
worries. Do you put any product in it after it's dry?
Yeah, I do. I do a curl cream. Yeah. So it's like when it's a bit damp, like I run that through. Kind of takes the frizz out, keeps it nice and curly. Yeah.
Nice and hot.
Thanks, man. Got to keep the
you're
main in
welcome,
check.
Bro. That's it, baby.
Sorry, did you want me to ask you as well? What? I don't know if that led into something. What shampoo do you use, Nick Mount?
I use my own. I started during lockdown. I started making my own shampoo.
This episode is sponsored by Nick's Bangs. Nick Bangs.
Nah, I honestly I didn't have anything to say. I just thought you was nice.
Oh, that's good.
There you go.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries, bro. Anyway,
it's a nice thing you've ever said to me in my life.
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me in my life.
Yeah, so absolutely.
Oh, bless you.
All right, thanks for watching, guys. See you later.
Bye.